The truth behind the artificial earthquake. Conspiracies. Picture this. The ground starts violent shaking beneath your feet. Buildings collapse. But just seconds before the impact, someone captures a strange, bright flash of blue light in the night sky. Within minutes, the internet doesn't blame tectonic plates. They blame weapons. Lately, every time a massive earthquake hits, social media explodes with the exact same theories. It was an artificial earthquake. The US used HAARP to punish them. China has an earthquake machine. It's a geopolitical hit job disguised as a natural disaster. But where did this idea of a tectonic weapon actually come from? Is it actually possible to trigger a magnitude 7 or 8 earthquake on purpose? Today, we are breaking down the science, the history, and the psychology behind the internet's favorite geological conspiracy theory. Let's look at what the conspiracy theorists point to as smoking gun evidence. First up, earthquake lights. Those flashes in the sky? Conspiracists say they are proof of energy beams or electromagnetic attacks beaming down from space. But geologists have known about this for a long time. It's a completely natural phenomenon. When certain tectonic rocks, like basalt or dolomite, are subjected to massive, sudden stress right before a fault slips, the friction releases electrical charges. These charges travel up to the surface and ionize the air, creating a brief, eerie glow. It's literally the Earth generating its own static electricity on a massive scale. The second piece of evidence is the timing. Take the recent, devastating doublet earthquakes in places like Venezuela, where a 7.2 magnitude quake hit, followed by a 7.5 just 39 seconds later. On social media, the narrative instantly shifted to nature doesn't strike twice in the exact same spot, 39 seconds apart. This was a targeted strike. Except, nature absolutely does that. In seismology, these are called doublet earthquakes. A doublet earthquake is a pair of nearly identical sized earthquakes that strike very close to each other in location and time. They happen when the stress released by the first fault line immediately overloads an adjacent, highly stressed fault line, causing it to snap instantly. It's not a weapon. It's just a geological domino effect. If you scroll through any earthquake comment section, you will see one word repeated thousands of times: HAARP, short for the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. HAARP is a real facility located deep in Alaska. Built by the U.S. military in 1993 and now run by the University of Alaska Fairbanks, it has been blamed for hurricanes, mind control, and yes, massive earthquakes. But what does it actually do? Let's look at the atmosphere. Weather happens in the troposphere, which is the lowest layer of our atmosphere. HAARP can't touch it. Instead, HAARP targets the ionosphere, which sits hundreds of kilometers above us, at the very edge of space. HAARP uses high-frequency radio transmitters to shoot radio waves into this upper layer to study how it affects GPS, satellite communications, and underwater radio signals. Here is the problem for the conspiracy theorists. The ionosphere is hundreds of kilometers above us. Earthquakes happen anywhere from 10 to 90 kilometers below us, inside the Earth's crust and mantle. Radio waves sent into space cannot pass through the atmosphere, turn around, penetrate miles of solid bedrock, and magically cause a fault line to slip. Trying to trigger a magnitude 7.8 earthquake with HAARP radio waves is like trying to knock down a brick wall by shining a flashlight at the ceiling. The physics simply do not cross over. But let's play devil's advocate for a second. Have world powers tried to build tectonic weapons? Surprisingly, yes. During the Cold War, both the US and the Soviet Union experimented with secret programs to see if underground nuclear explosions could be used to trigger earthquakes remotely. Here is what the scientists found out. First, there is the scale problem. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake releases the energy equivalent of roughly 32 million tons of TNT. Second, there is the control problem. While a massive underground nuclear blast can cause minor fault slips a few kilometers away, it acts like a relief valve. It releases energy haphazardly. You can't aim an earthquake at a specific city from across the ocean. Setting out to purposefully induce a controlled earthquake at a distance is extremely doubtful, if not completely impossible. The energy required to move entire continental plates is something human technology isn't even close to replicating. So why do these theories spread so fast every single time a disaster hits? Psychologists call it a coping mechanism. Natural disasters are terrifying because they are random, chaotic, and completely indifferent to human life. The idea that a massive fault line can just rip open and destroy a city with zero warning makes us feel incredibly vulnerable. Believing that an evil government or a secret machine caused it is oddly comforting. Because if a human caused it, that means someone is in control. It means there is someone to blame, a villain to fight, and a reason for the chaos. But the reality of our planet is much wilder. We live on giant moving puzzles of rock floating on molten magma. They've been crashing into each other for 4 billion years, long before HAARP, and they will keep doing it long after we're gone. Now, let's take a moment to hear what the USGS has to say. Comment with your thoughts.
Anne-Marie Bentley with the USGS to answer some of those questions. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So all those earthquakes, the one in Mendocino County, Japan, Venezuela, happening within 24 hours of one another, are they connected somehow?
They are not connected in the sense that they're not talking to each other and they're not communicating. So they're not related like that. But they're all earthquakes, and they're all part of the dynamic Earth, and they're all the Earth saying that, you know, it's alive and well and doing its thing, unfortunately.
So it's not like the one in Willits triggered the one in Japan and then in Venezuela, not like that?
No, and we've looked at these kinds of things, but the one in Willits was fairly small on a global scale, and so it wouldn't have released enough energy to reach those other places and trigger those earthquakes.
What have you learned so far about the Mendocino County earthquake?
Yeah, this area of Mendocino is pretty active and has hosted earthquakes in the past. This is 5.6, I think, is the largest that we've seen there in 95 years. But we know this is part of earthquake country, and we've seen a couple aftershocks so far. So we're continuing to look into this to see what we can learn to help people be better prepared for these events in the future. But it's good to know that this is certainly earthquake country, and people there are no strangers to earthquakes.
I think at last check there were some 50 aftershocks.
Yeah, I think so far we've had just a handful of the larger aftershocks, 7 of the magnitude 2.5 or larger, but there's always many smaller aftershocks going on that you may or may not feel locally. But certainly there's been a couple of larger events that people have probably felt in the area.
The earthquake in Venezuela, the most destructive, and 2 huge ones, 7.2, 7.5. It's the most powerful earthquake that country has seen in 100-something years, and it's happening in a part of the country that The buildings there aren't built, as they would be here in San Francisco. So there's been a lot of collapsed buildings and damage in the neighborhoods. What are you learning about what's happening there?
Yeah, exactly. This is a complicated sequence. We saw a magnitude 7.2, and then about 39 seconds later, a magnitude 7.5. So we're trying to untangle now how those are related. They're definitely related, but exactly how they fit together is a sort of one longer earthquake or two distinct earthquakes. Certainly for the folks there in Venezuela, it felt like one long, probably terrible event. Mm-hmm. So we're getting some more data, and there's a lot to learn about what's going on. We also know that the building stock in Venezuela is unfortunately kind of mixed, and it's not all as earthquake resistant as it could be, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Sort of a reminder of the global seismic activity that can really happen at any time. That's right. Yeah, I mean, a magnitude 7.5 is a large earthquake anywhere in the world. So it's causing devastation, and it's a long and active plate boundary there. So we have to be aware of earthquakes. Mm-hmm.